The news in you, north, east, west, south, unite from every alley and Cali intersection and back street. Kwame Brown, is he a bust or not? You know we got Stephen A.Smith, Charlemagne the God, and a bunch of other sports analysts saying that this man is a bust. Well, me personally, I didn't want to get into the whole hoopla, even though definitely I ride with the brother. I'm going to ride with Kwame Brown. I always ride with the underdog, especially when they on their real manship. Now, think about it. I try to dive a little more in depth, but I'm not going to do it word for word. And I looked up the history of Kwame Brown. First and foremost, coming from the back sticks with no shoes, no shoes, and then making all the moves this man made, to call him a bust would be damn near ridiculous. And then black people, that's why I have to agree with him the most. We got to think about it. Who's the one that labels whether a black man is a bust or not? So we're going to run down some timeline. Kwame Hassani Brown was the best player in his high school class, which included Eddie Curry and Tyson Chandler. He was the high school player of the year in Georgia. He finished his high school career at Glenn Academy in Georgia as the all-time leading rebounder, the leading shot blocker, and also was the second all-time scorer. He was the 2001 McDonald's All-American as a senior. He averaged 20.1 points per game and 13.3 rebounds, 5.8 blocks, 3 assists, and 2 steals per game. And this was in high school. That's some NBA shit. Those are NBA stats right there for a high school player, for a youngster. So off top, if you ask me, you definitely couldn't be a bust. You fucking definitely couldn't call this man a bust. In high school, he putting up shit bigger than NBA players. And that's high level shit. And it goes on to say, his NBA career started in 2001. He was in the 2001 NBA draft with the Washington Wizards. But due to his lack of maturity, he averaged 4.5 points a game and 3.5 rebounds per game. Now, let's think about that. Let's analyze this shit. He just came from high school. He didn't even go play college ball. Because you know you go from Pop Warner, high school, college to NBA. He skipped a whole 4 years of basketball and went straight to the big leagues, like Kobe, LeBron's, and those guys, right? But when they do that, you have to give them development time, which I will give a shout out to the Washington Wizards. They did allow him to get some form of development time. So we can't take that from them. It says the Wizards gave him more play time, and he averaged 7.4 points and 5.3 rebounds. And against the Sacramento Kings, he scored 30 points and 19 rebounds. So he was developing. He was maturing. He was getting the hang of this NBA thing, right? But they didn't want to give him a chance to. The same way they do when an average black man is on a job. They don't allow you to get trained. They don't allow you to get developed. They want you to know everything as soon as you get there. But with the other nationalities, they get to train their people, show them the ropes, show them this how we do it over here. This ain't like school. You know what I'm saying? But with us, they ain't giving us that action. So I understand what he's saying about it. No, they want him to come out star power. But you got Waupies and stuff in the NBA that they've been letting mature for 10 years. And now you finally get to hear about him and say, oh, he been in the league. Same with on the job. Oh yeah, he been working here 10 years. But when I come to the job, I gotta know more than him and teach him. I've been through that. So I definitely know. I know how this stuff works. And we all know how it works. It's either we're gonna keep it 100 or not. And it says after his first 3 years in Washington, Brown rejected a 5-year, $30 million contract. So he could have picked up $30 million because they wanted to re-sign him. So for somebody that's a bust, why would you want to re-sign somebody that's a bust? They wanted to re-sign him for $30 million for 5 years. But he was like, nah, I'm great. So he went into being a free agent. I'm chasing a bigger bag. And it said in 2005, he was traded to the Lakers in December of 2005. And when he went to a game in Washington with the Wizards, when he went to play in that arena in 2005, December of 2005, 20,000 plus people booed him when he played against his old team, the Washington Wizards. Don't that sound familiar? When LeBron left Cleveland and he went back to play in Cleveland, they booed his ass too. Because that's what fans do. That's what people do. But media wants to go on and say it like that's some whole new different thing. No, that's what the fans do. We only love you when you're great. They hate you when you're not great. And it went on to say, during his time playing at the Lakers, after injury to the Lakers center, Chris Mim, Brown took over as center from 2006 to 2007. But during the 2007 and 2008 season, Brown was injured. And young superstar Andrew Bynum took over. But Andrew Bynum ended up getting injured. And Kwame Brown regained his spot back at the center position. In February of 2008, Brown was traded to the Memphis Grizzlies. Also, in 2008 of July, Brown signed a 2-year deal for $8 million with the Detroit Pistons. In 2010, Brown signed a 1-year deal with the Charlotte Bobcats for $1.3 million. On December the 14th of 2011, Kwame Brown signed a 1-year, $7 million deal with the Golden State Warriors. On July the 20th of 2012, Kwame Brown signed a 2-year deal for $6 million with the Philadelphia 76ers. Now, is that a bust? I started off with no shoes. I started off in the sticks with nothing. I was 18 years old and bought my mama a house. Are you serious? How many people you know that's 18 years old can buy their mama a house? The number on that got to be very, very low. Because at 18, you don't even know whether you're going left, right, up, or down. But for him to do that, that speaks a lot of the brother's character. So for me personally, I don't understand how could you attack a man that did all that, a young man at that. I smell haterade. Somebody might be drinking that haterade, or it has to definitely be agenda-based. And then the brother is humble when you see him. He minding his business. They're bringing his family into it. They on that bullshit. when you think about it, they definitely on that bullshit. Because we can just take all of us humans on this planet. The average person just wants to live comfortable and be able to pay their bills. Then you have some like why? You want to get some millions. You don't care if it's 5 million or 100 million. But you know if you get in that bracket, you really cooking. You really able to do things and make moves. So when we look at it, especially from a black man's point of view, I don't know how you can call that a bust. To call that a bust definitely has to be somebody trying to play with his emotions, trying to tick him off. I don't care if I was in the NBA for 2 years and I still walked away with some millions of dollars. I won't be mad. And I did it off pure talent. Are you crazy? Come on now, think about it. People, we got to think about common sense over bullshit. Everybody is not going to make $1 billion like Dr. Dre. Every rapper is not going to make Jay-Z money. But they ain't going to be mad at Jay because they going to be, as long as they getting bread. This man got the bag. He got bread. He ended up succeeding. He made major moves and major deals. So how could he be butthurt? He can't. I came as a little bitty kid and left that thing with money. Even bought my mama a house. I did what the average person, not just black person, I did what the average person is not going to even be able to do. So I already far succeeded the average person. So it doesn't make sense for somebody to try to belittle you or knock you down for that. Even if you didn't make millions. But we got the receipts. The man signed $1 million contracts. But y'all trying to throw shade at him as if that's not good enough. And you see who they sending to throw it. A bunch of bootlicking niggas. Crazy. He ain't been in the media for so long, I forgot he existed. I had to look him up and see what he looked like because I forgot. Because he been just doing his thing, living his life. But y'all want to go dig him up. And y'all dug him up. And now, y'all looking stupid that y'all woke up a sleeping giant. And now y'all got problems. And that's why he on y'all bumper. And with that, I'm going to say, this is the news in you. North, east, west, south. Unite from every alley in Cali. Intersection and back street. Subscribe to the channel and hit the thumbs up on your way out the door.